What if I told you that the common blackbird you see every day has the intelligence of a 7-year-old human child? What if it could solve complex puzzles, use tools, and even recognize your face in a crowd, remembering for years whether you were a friend or a foe? This isn't a creature from a fantasy novel. It's the common crow. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this feathered genius. We're going to look past the noisy cawing and the dark feathers to reveal one of the most brilliant and fascinating minds in the entire animal kingdom. So, get ready to see the bird you thought you knew in a completely new light. First, let's talk about what makes a crow so smart. It all starts with their brain. A crow's brain is, frankly, huge for its body size. In terms of the brain-to-body ratio, it's on par with chimpanzees and dolphins. It's like they have a supercomputer packed into a tiny frame. But it's not just about size, it's about how they use it. Crows are master problem solvers. Think of them as the MacGyvers of the bird world. They don't just find food, they figure out how to get the food. Scientists have observed crows in Japan doing something incredible. They'll pick up hard-to-crack walnuts, fly over a busy street, and drop them in front of the tires of stopped cars. They wait for the car to run over the nut, cracking it open, and then patiently wait for the walk signal to safely retrieve their perfectly cracked snack. That's not just instinct, that's a multi-step plan involving patience, timing, and using a car as a tool. In laboratory settings, they've shown they can solve puzzles that stump most other animals. In a famous experiment based on Aesop's fable, a crow was presented with a tube of water with a tasty treat floating just out of reach. What did the crow do? It started dropping stones into the tube, one by one, raising the water level until the treat floated to the top. This shows an understanding of cause and effect, of water displacement, that is astonishingly advanced. But their intelligence isn't just for puzzles. It's also deeply social. This brings us to their incredible family and community life. Crows are not lonely creatures. They form tight-knit family groups, and the young crows will often stay with their parents for several years to help raise their younger siblings. It's like a little family unit, where everyone pitches in. They communicate with a complex series of caws, clicks, and rattles. That cawing you hear isn't just random noise. A crow can communicate a specific message with its call, like warning, there's a hawk overhead, or hey everyone, I found some food over here. They have a language all their own. Perhaps the most haunting and fascinating social behavior is what scientists call a crow funeral. If a crow finds a dead member of its own species, it will often make a loud, specific call. Soon, dozens, sometimes hundreds, of other crows will fly in from all over the neighborhood. They don't touch the body. They just sit in the surrounding trees, cawing loudly, in a huge, noisy gathering. It looks like a funeral, but what are they actually doing? Scientists believe this is a learning moment. They are gathering to investigate what killed their companion. Was it a cat? A hawk? A specific person? They are sharing information to learn about a new danger in their environment so they can avoid the same fate. It's a group-wide investigation, a security briefing for the entire crow community. This brings us to our final, and perhaps most chilling, point: crows never forget a face. Researchers at the University of Washington conducted a now famous experiment. They wore a specific, dangerous mask while they trapped and banded crows. Then, they let them go. After that, whenever a person wearing that same mask walked across campus, the crows would go crazy. They would dive bomb the person, cawing aggressively to alert all the other crows. They weren't just reacting to a human, they were reacting to that specific face. Even years later, the crows still remembered and mobbed the dangerous mask. But here's the most incredible part. Crows that were never even trapped, crows that were just babies at the time, also started mobbing the person in the dangerous mask. How? They learned it from their parents and their peers. They were essentially told, hey, see that face? That's a bad guy! Stay away! They passed down knowledge from generation to generation. So, let's bring it all home. The crow is so much more than just a common bird. It's a feathered intellectual living a complex life right alongside us. They are tool users, problem solvers, and social networkers with long memories and a startling intelligence. The next time you see a crow watching you from a telephone wire, don't just dismiss it. Take a moment and appreciate the incredible mind behind those dark, intelligent eyes. You are being watched by one of the smartest creatures on the planet. And you are now one of the few humans who understands just how much is going on in its remarkable brain,